we discuss? Shall we discuss now about the four cases? Observe the diagram carefully here. This is the case 1, case 2, case 3 and case 4. Try to understand. Here I have consider concave surface, not this is a curved surface. This is also curved surface. Try to understand carefully. I have written concave here. Here also I have written concave. Just for your easy understanding. Okay. Now here I have written this is for case 2 convex and here I have written convex. All the four are curved surfaces. Light ray is traveling from one medium to another medium, different mediums. Okay, so let us see here what happens. In the first case, try to understand, this diagram will be there in your textbook. First one, light ray is traveling from concave. See, now listen carefully. Light ray is traveling from where? Rarer to denser. This is a rarer medium. This is a denser medium. So light ray is traveling from rarer to denser. Rarer air. Suppose that is traveling from air to water. Okay? So rarer to denser. Now, if you observe, a light ray is traveling parallel, and how it is? I have considered all the parallel lines. A light ray is traveling parallel to the principal axis. Here also parallel to principal axis, parallel to principal axis, parallel to principal axis. Now, and traveling parallel to principal axis, you know that, and rarer to denser, and strikes here for striking the surface at a point. Which surface? That is the concave surface. Concave side, the mirror you have no. So outside polished, inside reflected part. Concave, inner part. Outside it is called convex part. Outer side, bulged outside, is bulged inside. So now the light ray is striking the curved surface, we call it concave surface also, concave side. Now what happens? After refraction, you know that light ray will refract. But here, after refraction, it moves. See here, it was going in this direction. Principal axis is here. It is moved away from principal axis. Note down these values are enough if you remember. Try to understand clearly. When a light ray travels from rarer to denser and strikes, and how? Parallel to principal axis and strikes the concave, I have written here, concave surface. After diffraction, it moves away from principal axis. Understand? Now, concave completed. Again, next. Now come to this diagram. Second case, convex, I have considered here. Here also rarer to denser, here also rarer to denser only. Now the light ray, same light ray, is traveling from rarer to denser, here also rarer to denser, but it strikes the concave, but here it strikes the convex surface. That is the difference. So when the light ray travels parallel to principal axis and from rarer to denser and strikes the convex surface, this is the concave, this is the concave. For concave moves away, for convex meets at principal axis. So the light ray is converging, it was meeting the principal axis after refraction, meets at principal axis. Understand? So now, so normal for this surface, if you draw a line from center of curvature, I have drawn already in the previous class. So this will be the normal line. And for this curved surface, which is drawn from center of curvature. Okay. And for this, see here, this point, from this point, if I draw a line at this point, straight line, it is okay. So from center of curvature to this point. Here also, from center of curvature to this point. Understand? Here also same, from center of curvature to this point. These are the normals for this curved surface at that point. Okay, now, so this two you have understood. Now coming to the next one. Now rarer to denser is finished. Now coming to denser to rarer. Here also denser to rarer medium. Understand? Now try to observe carefully. A light ray is traveling parallel to principal. This is a parallel light ray. This is a light ray which is parallel to principal axis, and denser I have dotted. Nothing but this is shaded. More denser So I have mentioned like some dotted lines. Okay, nothing but it's a denser medium. Light ray is traveling from denser to rarer. Denser to rarer, it is coming. Okay, it is coming in the direction denser to rarer and strikes the concave. So inner part, you know that, you understand like this. This is the inner part concave and outer side it is a convex surface side. So inner part it strikes. What happens? It meets the refracted ray. We call it as refracted ray. The refracted ray meets at principal axis. Understand? Now this one. Now coming to the fourth one, denser to rarer. This is traveling from denser to rarer. Note down this value is very. Then you can understand easily, because they are in the next topic. We are going to learn about the refraction. Okay, so drawing the ray diagrams. So now here denser to rarer. This is also denser to rarer. Now light ray is traveling parallel in all four cases, and strikes here. It strikes the concave, and here it strikes the outer side, convex. I said so convex. What happens? It moves away from principal axis. Do you understand? These are the four cases. I think you have understood. So here you observe. So rarer to denser. Here, understand? Here this is convex. This is also convex. Parallel. It is striking the convex surface. It is also striking the convex surface. But here it is rarer to denser. Rarer to denser, it meets. Denser to rarer, move away. Okay. Now where it meets to principal axis. At principal axis. Now denser to rarer is also denser to rarer. Here parallel. Here also parallel. And it strikes the concave surface. It also strikes the concave surface only. But the difference, it is from rarer to denser. It is from denser to rarer. Denser to rarer, it meets at principal axis. Reverse. And rarer to denser, it moves away from the principal axis. Understand? Okay, now let us go for the next topic. Now let us discuss about these following terms. So what are those? These four topics: applications during refraction of light, curved surface formula, lenses, and types of lenses. So derivations, curved surface formula derivation is there. That derivations you need not get in you will not get in exam, public exam, but in your school exams or in any formative test. So there you will get that derivations. So I will just write the formula and explain the terms. So what type of questions you will get? So in exam you will ask why the first one. Suppose if you observe, I think sometimes you have observed in any cooling shop, if you go there, suppose this is the water and you may observe a lemon which is placed in the water, right? If you observe the lemon appears bigger in size. Why? That is because of refraction of light. Why the lemon appears bigger in size when it is placed in the water? Because of refraction of light. Second, suppose if you take a coin, this is a tumbler and this is a water. So inside in the tumbler, if you place a coin, if you look at the coin appears raised. So why? Because the refraction of light. Suppose if you go to swimming pool, this is a swimming pool. Okay, swimming pool. This is. Suppose if you look at the floor, the surface of the swimming pool, you observe that the floor, the depth is very, you find that it is very low depth. But if you get into the water, you will get the real depth. So, but while you look at the swimming pool, look into the swimming pool from the outside, so the depth will appear very less, because the reason is also refraction of light. Okay, now coming to the curved surface formula. I directly write the formula and explain the terms. In exam, you may get for 2 marks or 1 mark. Write the formula. Sometimes you will ask, write the formula and explain the terms. Curved surface formula is N2 by V minus N1 by U is equals to N2 minus N1 by R. What is N1? N1 is the refractive index of first medium. You know that U is object distance, V is the image distance, N2 is the refractive index of the second medium, R is called radius of curvature. Okay, so now suppose formula, this is the formula, N2 by V minus N1 by U is equals to N2 minus N1 by R. So you have to write N1 refractive index of first medium. Similarly, N2 refractive index of second medium. Now U, object distance. You have learned already what is object distance. V is called image distance. R, radius of curvature. Understand? Radius of curvature. Okay. So these are the points you need to remember. Now coming to the lens. So lens. So from where we get the lens? How the lens is being made? See, in the previous class you have learned the concave mirror and this is a convex mirror. Actually, this concave mirror and convex mirror are the part of the spherical mirror. If you divide this spherical mirror into two parts, this side you will get this like this, and right side you will get such type of surface. Now, suppose if I join these two surfaces, see here what happens. I will get a structure like this. Do you understand now? Okay. So I will get a structure like this. So two curved surfaces I have joined. This is one curved surface and this is another curved surface. This is called lens. So lens is a transparent material which we can see directly. Okay, we can see through the lens. That's why this is a transparent material which is bounded. See here how many curved surfaces are there. This is one curved surface. This is one curved surface like this, and this is another curved surface like this. So two curved surfaces are there, which is bounded by one or at least one or two curved surfaces. Why I am saying at least one? Because you will have different types of lenses. So lens, a transparent material which is bounded like this by at least one or two curved surfaces. So different types of lenses are there. So this is one type of lens, and here you observe this is the bulged outside and this is also bulged outside. Two curved surfaces which are bulged outside. Such type of lens are called. See how many surfaces are there? Two. That's why we call it as bi. Bi means two, one and two, another one. So biconvex lens, we call it as biconvex lens. Suppose if a lens is here, the lens is like this. If it is like this, like the bulged inside, so what if the structure will get like this? Yes or no? Bulged inside, this type of lens. So here also two curved surface, this one surface, but this is bulged inside, this is bulged outside, this is bulged inside. So such here also two surfaces, biconcave, we call it as biconcave lens. Graphical representation in exam, how you will write represent this biconvex. See, you listen here, this you understand, you observe here. This is one structure like this and this is here like this. Here this is down part and like this. Suppose if I join these two, this is a midpoint. This point is called optic center. It's called optic center. Okay, fine. So what is the graphical representation? Biconvex lens is represented like this. And this is, you observe, this is this structure like this and this structure like this. It looks like Y if you join. Y. Okay. And here also down like this. If you join and if you join here, so how you will get? Like this. Understand? And here like this. This is called this point is called optic center. Optic center is denoted with P for lens. In mirror we call it as hole. Here we call it as optic center. Do you understand how we represent? So different types of lenses are there. So two types are completed. So what I said, at least one or two curved surfaces. Suppose if a lens is like this, one is plane, one is convex. This is a convex side. So this type of lens is called plano-convex lens. Plano-convex. This is the third type. So another lens, suppose one is plane and another one is like this. See, like this structure. This is called plano-concave lens. Do you understand? Suppose if you have two structure like this is a convex surface. If you have another structure like moon, it looks like a moon. Okay, so this is called concave. This part you observe concave, and it observes like convex. So convex lens. Concave convex lens. So these are the 5 types of lenses you have to remember. Thank you.